Hear ye, Hospital Kingdom. We are embarking on a journey through time. Lady Isabel learns the fashion trends of the medieval times. Lord Preston and Princess Tilda are on a quest to a village far, far away. We learn Renaissance fencing with a young squire. Then it's back to 2018 to meet a modern-day noble Steed.
Good morrow, good people of the Lady Cilento Kingdom. It is I, your host Emma, of Justice TV. Okay, so I may have made some of those words up, but this episode is going to be a time warp. So I was trying to set the tone of the olden days, or I guess we could just get stuck into it. So here's someone who knows a thing or two about the medieval times. Over to you, Lady Isabel.
Hello, I'm Izzy. I've been thinking I want to change my look. Maybe a zombie look. Maybe a unicorn look. Yes, that's the look I want. Come hither, fair lady. I need your fashion tips. Can you tell us about your outfit?
My Lady Izzy, I would be delighted. I am wearing what the lady of the 1350s would wear in Europe. Leather shoes and hosen. And then we have the sideless surcoat, which is a top layer. I have my rings. These are called cawls. I have my pouch for my coin. And I have another pouch here, just in case I've got something small or flat, a linen kerchief.
Oh la la.
And this is what a lady would wear.
What was it like to live in the medieval times?
It was interestingly different to now. The royals, the nobles, they lived in castles, but most folk, we lived in houses. Mostly they would only be one floor, some had two. We would have very simple wooden furniture. We didn't have running water. We'd have to get our water and bring it in. Everything we ate had to be made by hand. We ate simply. We didn't have a lot of the foods that you would know, like potatoes and tomatoes. They did not exist. We ate a lot of turnips and swede and greens. It was a very dirty time in some ways because there was no toilets in the house. We had to go in a hole out the back of the yard.
What are you doing at the hospital today?
We're here to teach everyone about the medieval world and to do some crafts. We've got some crafts over here where we're actually doing what a lot of children call the pointy princess hat, but it's actually called a hennin. And it's a traditional hat worn by noble ladies in court.
This will help with my new look.
Absolutely, my lady. I would be glad to help you, shall we?
Crown with lots of paint, like different colour paintings on it. I made crowns with the different paints and different jewels on it. I painted with different colours on my crown because I thought it would look a bit nicer.
We're here making some medieval puppets. You have to wrap a pipe cleaner around the puppet to make the arms. Then put one of these cloth things on top of it to make the clothes. Then you can decorate it after that and put swords and belts and shields on, and that's how you make a medieval puppet.
Hi, I'm Riley and I want to introduce you to King Wally.
I'm going to introduce you to my puppet. It is named King Henry, and he's good at chopping. My new style is looking good. Medieval is making a comeback. I'm Izzy. I bid thee farewell.
Looks like there are a few noble craftsmen here at the Hospital Kingdom. If I lived in the medieval times, I'd totally rock one of those hat, cone, crown-shaped thingos. And I would have a noble steed called Mr. Brown. Or maybe I would be a knight that slayed dragons. Back, you foul beast! Okay, enough about medieval me and more about modern day me.
Allow thou to introduce thee to Lady Emma. She's 12 years old, loves water polo, colouring in, drawing, and she adores animals.
My favourite sports are riding horses and gymnastics because I love horses and gymnastics is just fun, I guess. Well, I don't have a favourite movie, but I do love watching YouTube and Sophie Dorsey. I like her because she does these really cool contortionist moves and gymnastic stuff. And another YouTube channel that I like is the Norris Nuts. They're very cute family and they're really funny and they just make me happy. My proudest moment was winning my netball grand final with my team at St Margaret's, so shout out to St Margaret's. And if I could have anyone come to my birthday party, it would be Catherine, and she was my old best friend, but she moved to Canberra and I go to boarding school in Brisbane, so we don't see each other anymore. We would do jazz together and she was a really good dancer, and we would do horse riding together, which was our favourite thing to do. My favourite song is Happier by Marshmello. I'm not going to tell you my best party trick, I'm just going to show you. Cut to the video. Now let's continue the journey back in time with Lord Preston and Lady Tilly.
Gather round, you villagers of the Hospital Kingdom.
My name is Preston, and this is my faithful servant, Princess Tilda, and we're going on a quest. We're going on a journey to a town far, far away.
They have the finest skills in all the land. We must learn from them and bring our skills back to our village.
Who's with us?
Of course, our hospital villagers couldn't go anywhere without their trusty noble steed. Thank you, Kangaroo Bus Lines.
Good morning, my lords and ladies.
We are knights in training, and we have come from the Hospital Kingdom, and we're here to learn your ways.
Oh, wow, you come to the perfect place. Welcome to the Abbey Medieval Festival. It is 2018. It's going to be a great year for learning how to become a knight and a lovely lady.
How did you become a knight?
How did I become a knight? Through lots and lots and lots of training. It takes a lot of hours of training, and you have to work with other knights, and they train you. You have to become strong, and you have to become well-mannered so you don't offend the ladies. And you have to work really, really hard and do exactly what you're asked by your parents and by your seniors and by your knights.
I really want to become a knight. Is the first thing slaying a dragon?
Whoa. We don't throw you out there in front of a dragon straight away. Ooh. The first thing you need to do is be trained. And you have to train really hard. You have to learn to feed the horses. You need to learn how to ride a horse. You need to learn how to wear armour, how to armour your knight. You need to learn how to feed your knight meals. You have to make sure that the horses are well fed. You need to make sure that your armour is nice and shiny. So there's a lot of work goes involved. You have to learn how to fight with swords, shields, lances, axes, halberds. There's a lot to learn, so slow down. We'll start at the beginning. Why don't you go feed the horses?
Can we see your sword?
Well, this is my sword. As you can see, I need a new squire. It needs a good polish. Would you like to be my squire?
What is a squire?
A squire is a knight in training. So as a squire, a young boy would be indentured to a knight, and he would follow that knight around and would train him for years and years and years. And he would fight by the side of that knight through all of his battles, through all of his jousting events, and through everything that knight goes through. And he's always there like his second hand. So if you need anything, your squire is always there, helping you out, being like your best friend in the world. And you've got to trust that squire with your life. So, you up for it?
Yes. Get ready to watch and learn. This is how you become a squire.
Hospitable villagers are getting up close and personal with the jousters. Can you tell us what we're about to see today?
Well, we are about to see a magnificent display of jousting. Each of the knights, you can tell who they are by looking at the design on their flag. When they are riding towards each other, then you know who to cheer for, depending on what is on their shield.
How do you become a jouster?
Well, you have to do lots of training, learning how to ride horses, and then also how to wear armor, and also how to use a lance. So, and you have to combine all those skills. So it's a lot of work, a lot of training and practicing, and then also experience, just going out there and doing it. It's not just about going out there and blasting people or being angry. You really have to be dedicated. You have to have a lot of discipline, control, and you got to target just right. So it's about putting all of these things together in order to make it work.
How do you score points?
Well, you score points by lowering your lance and hitting your opponent in the opponent's shield. So, and if you break your lance really well into multiple pieces, then you get the most amount of points. If you just tap them, then you just get 1 point.
What's the best thing about being a knight?
Being up on horseback, and you feel very powerful, and you want to set a good example for everybody.
How heavy is the armor?
So the armor weighs about 60 pounds. It's very heavy, although the weight of it is spread out all over your body, so it's not in just one particular spot.
Thanks for the chat and good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, you're very welcome.
Good job, Squire. What have you learned? Jousting is hard, but first you need a noble steed.
Where can we get one of those?
Paula, how old is Flynn?
Flint is only 3 years old.
Wow, he's pretty big for only 3.
Willow here is actually 7 years old, even though she's smaller and Flint is bigger.
Paula, would that probably be because of the breed?
It is because of the breed. That's a really good question. So in medieval times, there was more types than breeds, but everyone would go, okay, I need a small hunting dog. So they would actually breed for a small hunting dog. Whereas Flint, he'd be used for tracking large game and also for guarding the farms. So you want a bigger dog with a good bark.
Why were horses and dogs so important in medieval times?
Dogs helped with hunting and guarding, and they were also companion animals like they are today. So they helped keep us warm, and also they'd hunt things like rats and things to make sure they wouldn't get into the grain and eat all the bread. And then horses, of course, were the main form of transport.
And they also help with carrying things and pulling wagons. And, well, who doesn't want a horse of their own?
To wrap up our journey, the fine folk of Abbey had treated us to a Renaissance fencing display.
Before we mount our noble steed to head back to the Hospital Kingdom.
We have so much to take back to our village.
We came here as villagers and we journey back as knights.
1, 2, 3,
Huzzah!
We want you to be a part of Juice TV. We're always on the lookout for hosts, interviewers, behind-the-scenes helpers and mini-producers. You can be any age, you don't have to have any experience. How much easier could it be? To find out the next time we're filming at the hospital, just head to our website, juicedtv.com.au or our Facebook page. For loads of fun to break up your stay in hospital, join the Juice crew. Send us an email at hello@juicetv.com.au or speak to any of the volunteers wearing green shirts throughout the hospital and let them know you want to be involved in the one and only Juice TV.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm just waiting for my appointment now, and today I'd like to talk about a little hobby I do every week. I'm part of a Renaissance fencing guild called Prima, Sparta. And every Monday we meet at this church in the evenings, and we all get dressed up in these sorts of 16th century Italian Renaissance outfits, and we bring out the rapiers and we just sort of have a go at each other. And it's quite a bit of fun, and I recommend it to everyone who's interested in it. I may have mentioned a few words there that you've never heard of before, but let me break it down for you. Renaissance fencing is a form of specialized Italian fencing where we use these swords called rapiers that are very long and very narrow, and were used by gentlemen of the 16th, 17th centuries in duels of honor mostly. Whenever two men had a quarrel with each other, they'd bring out their swords and they'd fence in the streets. And this was highly illegal, but it was very common at the time. To win a bout of Renaissance fencing, and that's just what we use to call a match of fencing, you have to be able to get underneath your opponent's guard, and since it's just decorative fencing, because they're real swords and we don't wear proper armor, so we don't want to hurt each other, you need to be able to get underneath their guard and be able to hypothetically hit them. But of course we can't actually hit each other because these are real steel swords, and we're not wearing shields or armor or anything, because we're replicating exactly what they did at the time, which was incredibly unsafe. I really love Renaissance fencing because it's just sort of a really interesting hobby to have. We go to a lot of medieval and Renaissance fairs to show off our skills, really. Because it's kind of unique and it's kind of different, and a lot of people are interested in how it works. So what I really love about it is the community that it creates. Like we have our own seamstress and our own swordsmith, and all the people who are part of the guild are really friendly with each other, and we're really opening and encouraging of new members. So that's really my favorite bit about it. I've been Jordan. Lovely talking to you today. I've just been waiting for my appointment, and I'm really glad I've been able to share something about my little weird hobby, Renaissance fencing.
Jousting, knights, and all those adorable animals. The medieval times are awesome, and everyone seems to have a noble steed. From big buses to furry friends, and of course this guy. Let us journey forthwith to meet another noble steed of the modern era. We're time warping back to 2018 to meet Sean at the Ekka.
Hi guys, I'm Sean, and you know one of the coolest things about being on Juice TV is you get to go to the Ekka.
Gavin from the Woolworths Steak Bar.
What is Woolworths doing here at the Ekka?
Well, we've been here since 1999, selling our famous rib fillet burgers to the public. Best part is, all the money we raise goes to the Children's Hospital Foundation, so we're helping sick kids in hospital right across Queensland.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Steak.
Yummy!
Thank you, Woolworths!
That really is one epic effort.
Even we think so. And if anyone knows anything about epic, it's us.
Because we're monster truck drivers.
Meet thrill-seeking father and son team, Sam and Michael Squirb. These are their beasts, Tropical Thunder and Devil's Taxi. With their high-octane revving engines and epic skills, they put on a jaw-dropping show at the Ekka. Boys, tell us about your monster truck show at the Ekka.
Yeah, so we just drive these trucks out in the main arena every night. And obviously it's a father-son act here, so we always just compete against each other all the time. We're trying to do the biggest wheelie we can. Dad tries to do the show pony and start off first, and then I try and take away all the cake and do the better wheelie at the end of the night.
Tell me about some of the records you set.
Yeah, well, we've gone for the longest wheelie in a monster truck. And I hold the record at the moment at 265 feet, which is approximately 150 metres. And just recently we're involved with Officially Amazing, and Michael got it to 230 metres, but hit a bump and touched the ground once, so it was disqualified, so my record still stands.
On that time, he just couldn't keep it in the air. Michael's not best pleased.
Wow, 150 metres. What about you? You've done some pretty cool stuff yourself.
Yeah, so I've got a Polaris buggy at home, and it was before I had my licence actually. I tried my first attempt at doing a backflip in it. I've done it recently after that with a bigger vehicle, but yeah, my dream was to once do it in a monster truck.
Is your dad a pretty good teacher?
I think it's more that I'm a better student, so I can learn pretty good.
Sam, what do you love about monster trucks?
Yeah, well, I'm the mad scientist, so I'm the inventor, creator. So I've always liked making stuff. So when I was a little kid, I made little Meccano sets and Lego and billy carts and bigger and bigger and bigger till I got this big.
So did you make these ones right here behind me?
Yep, this is my latest one, and we've got a new one on the way.
Sean, if you had a monster truck, what would you call it?
The Tassie Devil, because I like the name Devil, and I would want to put an animal on the monster truck, and because Tassie Devils are vicious. Can we check out this beast right here, Sam?
Why not? Climb in.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's so high up here. Do you when you're driving, do you ever get scared?
I've been doing it for a little while now, so you get used to the height, and then it's just fun, really. You get nervous before the show, but once you're out there, you just have a ball.
How old do you start it, and how old do you have to be when you can drive these things?
Well, I don't actually think there is a rule to it. Like when Dad first built our truck, I was only 5, so every day after school I'd sit in the seat, and Dad said whenever I could reach the pedals I could have my first drive. So I was 15 by the time I got to do my first show on a monster truck. So
you mean I could drive right now because I can reach the pedals?
Yeah, it looks like you can already reach the pedals. You might have to take my position tonight at the show.
Can you please talk to me about this truck? What you can tell me about it?
Yeah, so obviously with you jumping over cars and the big wheels, they are fairly rough. So you've got a ratchet strap over there on your left. That's to hold you into the seat really tight, and you've got a neck brace and helmet here to make sure you don't jar your neck and things like that. But Other than that, there's a fairly simple car to drive, really. It's just got a 3-speed auto in it, so that's your gear shift here, just a normal steering wheel like a car, and then we've integrated the rear steer into the gear lever here, so that's to control your back wheels for your rear steering, and you just let go of it and it self-centers. So yeah, they're actually pretty easy to drive.
So when you're driving straight, you look forward, and when you're just took off to do a wheelie, you look down to try and see your directions.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on. So obviously looking through the windscreen, you're pretty high up, so your blind spot's pretty severe. You can only see like 3 metres onwards out there. So we've got the clear Lexan glass to look through the floor there. So you can see as much as possible, and then obviously it helps when we do the wheel stands. You can look through the floor and somewhat see what you're going to crash into and try and avoid. Sean, so clearly you can see I love monster trucks. What do you love doing at home with your dad?
I like doing the sprint car stuff. These are mudslingers. I go to the Archerfield track and the Toowoomba track to watch my dad race. What's your advice for people to get into monster trucks?
Well, obviously I cheated and I had a dad that was into it, so I just got to push him and got me into it. But all motor vehicles are all pretty much the same to drive, so as much practice as you can get driving buggies, cars, motorbikes, all of it helps a lot. And then hopefully someone finds you, or you keep trying to put your feelers out there to try and find someone who's got a monster truck and he lets you have a drive of one.
Michael, I know a few stuff about cars. Could I point some stuff out and you see if I'm correct?
Yeah, go for it.
Gearbox.
Yep.
Intake system.
Yep.
Exhaust.
Yep.
Oil dispenser.
No, so they're just your rocker covers there. So you've got all your rocker gear mechanism in there. So it's just the same as every other engine. It's just everything on the monster truck's a bit bigger. But then things that stand out a lot from a monster truck is obviously your axles and diffs are a lot bigger than a standard car. We've got obviously the big shock absorbers that you don't really see. So they're 26-inch travel shocks and nitrogen charge. There's no springs to hold the trucks up. It's nitrogen, and then that's your brakes there on the drive shafts.
Sean, what do you think about the trucks?
I think that they were pretty cool. The way that they were built and how it was structured. I think anyone can enjoy the monster trucks, getting out there, having fun and enjoying time. Good luck in the competition, boys. Make the best squad win. I'm Sean. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Well, maidens and knights of the Hospital Kingdom, this has been an extraordinary time warp. Thank you for coming on this quest through time with me, but our journey must come to an end. But before I go, I'd like to leave a message with you all. When you come into the Hospital Kingdom, you don't have to be scared. They're really friendly, and just take some deep breaths. I, your host Emma, bid thee farewell. Or, as we'd say in 2018, peace out, bro. Okay, enough about medieval.
Gather round!
I'm Sean and...
Kingdom is creating. I didn't even blink.
Over to you, Lady Isabel. Wait.
Remember guys, it's so easy to be a part of Juice TV. Whether you want to be a host, help us out behind the scenes with filming, or decide what goes into each episode. Let us know you want to be involved by sending an email to hello@juicetv.com.au or speak to one of the friendly volunteers throughout the hospital in the green shirts. Also head to our website and Facebook page for all the updates about what we're filming at the hospital.